fact that Canadians have absolutely zero rights when it comes to self-defense. If you don't believe me, just look at a recent case of a man from Halifax, Nova Scotia, Kyle Earl Monroe. On July 12th, 3 men entered a residence with guns drawn where a struggle ensued with 2 men who were inside the home. The 2 men were able to fend off the home invaders while managing to take away one of their guns. Shots were fired, causing the suspects to flee, and one of the suspects ended up getting hit, causing non-life-threatening injuries. So how did the police respond to this brave and courageous act of defending one's home from an invasion from intruders? Well, the RCMP and the Halifax Regional Police responded to the incident by arresting the man who fended off the home invaders, Kyle Monroe, and they charged him with, are you ready for this? Attempted murder, intent to discharge a firearm, intent to discharge a firearm while being reckless, careless use of a firearm, improper storage of a firearm, pointing a firearm, possession of a weapon for a dangerous purpose, unauthorized possession of a firearm knowing possession is unauthorized, and possession for the purpose of trafficking. I mean, what the hell is going on here? For the simple act of defending himself, Kyle Monroe can now face serious jail time. And on top of that, until he has his say in court on August 22nd, he has to abide by the following rules. He cannot leave his house except for medical reasons or for work. He can no longer have a cell phone or pager. He can't consume drugs or alcohol. He's not allowed to leave Nova Scotia. He must keep the peace and be of good behavior. And he must answer the door when police check his home. How unbelievably twisted, backwards, upside down, whatever you want to call it, can our government possibly get? And the truth is, this isn't even an isolated incident. Ian Thompson, an Ontario man, went through a similar ordeal a few years ago. Thompson woke up to 4 men throwing Molotov cocktails at his home, and considering that he lived a long way away from the police, not to mention the fact that he was a former firearms instructor, he fired warning shots at his assailants, causing them to flee, and then he put out the fire that could have burned down his home, and then he called the police. Thompson was then charged, and he faced more jail time than his attackers. Or the case of Michael Woodward, a man who defended his New Brunswick home from an armed invasion, and he was charged for shooting one of his attackers. The bottom line is, guys, Canadians are incrementally losing their rights under Justin Trudeau, especially when it comes to gun laws. We warned Canadians about this years ago during a live broadcast where I interviewed in studio Rod Giltaca, the president of the Canadian Coalition for Firearms Rights. He's a well-known figure in the firearms community in Canada, not to mention he's a certified instructor for the RCMP Canadian Firearms Program. And we delved deep into everything that Trudeau had in store for Canadians in terms of our gun laws, and it's all now coming to fruition. So I strongly recommend that you check out this interview. I'll include a link to it at the end of this video. So as I said in the beginning of this video, the Canadian government clearly does not respect the right to self-defense in this country. You know that whole Second Amendment thing they have down there in the United States? Yeah, well, I think it's time Canadians
just fucking shot this guy. Holy fuck. He's fucking dead. There's blood everywhere. This is fucked up. Like, come on. You fucking shot the guy. What in the fuck is going on?
Man facing potential assault charges for fighting off two home invaders. You cannot assault somebody if they are not hitting you, said police as they mull charges for a man who defended his home from burglars. By Matt Agarist, August 16, 2017. A 26-year-old victim of a home invasion is now facing the prospect of an assault charge after he successfully defended his home against two burglars who had broken in. After arresting the two robbers, police then set their sights on the homeowner because he hit one of them in the head with a shovel. According to the police, they were called by the homeowner around 5:20 a.m. Sunday morning when he heard a noise in his garage and went to check it out. After hanging up with 9-1-1, the man picked up a shovel to defend himself against the home invaders. When he confronted the burglars, he hit one of them in the head with the shovel and they both ran off. Both of the suspected 19-year-old burglars were later arrested. According to police, after they received the 9-1-1 call for the home invasion and were interviewing the burglary victim, the suspected burglar then called to report his injury. Advertisement. As Global News reports, upon arrival they found two men, both 19 years old, who fit the description of the suspects wanted in connection with the home invasion. The teen with head injuries was rushed in serious condition to hospital, where he was placed under arrest. The other teen was arrested on site. After arresting both of the teens, police launched a second investigation into the homeowner. For fending off the two burglars, the 26-year-old could be charged with assault with a weapon. Police spokesperson Caroline Chevrefils told CJAD News that you cannot assault somebody if they are not hitting you. Read more, man arrested after beating cops in donut eating contest. The very idea of charging someone for defending himself against two people who broke into his home is utterly asinine. According to the police logic, this man would have had to allow the burglars to attack him first, before defending himself. Ominously enough, that is the law in Canada. While it is certainly not okay to initiate force against others who are not threatening you, the very act of entering a home without the permission of the owner is a de facto threat and appropriate force is justified. The man didn't kill the teens, he merely swung a shovel at them to get them out of his home. Under Canadian law, the government grants property owners what they refer to as reasonable right to self-defense. While this incident takes place in Canada, the idea of police going after the victim of a burglary for fending off criminals is chilling. In Canada, using deadly force to defend yourself can and does often result in the person being arrested and charged with a crime. Just last month, a man in Halifax, Nova Scotia, was issued numerous charges including attempted murder after wresting a gun away from a home invasion suspect and shooting him with it. As is the case most of the time, Crown prosecutors don't like Canadians doing what is required to stay alive, so victims who successfully fend off their attackers all too often find themselves on trial facing serious charges. Is it not reasonable to assume two men who broke into your garage are a threat, and therefore resort to force? Read more, cops use informant to frame a business owner by planting crack in his store. In Canada, however, the government wants to be the only ones who can use force. As TFTP has previously reported, Royal Canadian Mounted Police, RCMP, killed a man outside of a restaurant in 2015 who was wearing a Guy Fawkes mask. Why weren't these officers charged?
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I found that I had to make a change this ending on my videos, letting you know about the channel and fair use laws, you know, how we can report on other people's reporting and how it's good, how it's bad, etc. But you guys can look it up yourself. It is legal. It's in there. But like I've told you before, that I've been cut off from making money on YouTube for 4 years. It's really weird, bizarre, but They cut the money off, but they said you can keep the channel, and now YouTube makes all the money. And if you get bored, plug it into Social Blade website, and you'll see that they are making a huge amount off the site. Right now it's at 63 million views, 53,000 subscribers, almost 3 million views a month. You know, trying to wake people up, and I make nothing. In fact, I got a customer that's ex-congressman. He said if I could ever find a lawyer, sue YouTube on it. But because this is nuts, 4 hours a day, and to save America. You know, but at the same time, it's worth it. Look at what our founding fathers did. They died for this country. So, but getting back to the money part, this is why I'm redoing the video. Is my dream of everyone giving $1, and it's going to be $53,000 a year, or if they did Patreon, which you know, can be monthly. That is not working. That'd be great if it did. Nothing is perfect. And I appreciate the people that do donate, you know, what they can on PayPal. And there again, I'm letting you guys know that is not much. Is, you know, monthly is, oh my god. So anyways, yes, you cannot live on it. It's very, very, very low amount. But the dollar things, I do appreciate that. But when I first said everybody give $1, that's not working. I'm just letting you guys know it's, yeah, that's that dream. Everybody gives $1. 53,000 subscribers, it's not working. So yes, if you can give more than that, you know, I appreciate it. Like I said, you know, I'm in a unique situation where, you know what, we're already debt free, and I'm not rich, but with the little business that we have, I am able to do what I am able to do 45 hours a day, you know, letting you guys know what's going on. In 4 years, I've did the whole thing myself. 12,000 videos on there. I literally get emails where people are like, holy crap, I never knew it was this bad. And it is this bad, and it's getting worse every day because we have the internet, we have cell phones, we have cameras everywhere now, and it's just disgusting what's going on. And then, as you guys know too, now we got Trump, we got Jeff Sessions doing a war on drugs, and now he wants to go after the forfeiture laws again. It's just unfreaking real. So if you can give more than that dream of everybody giving $1, yeah, that old video, that's not working. They're not, they're just not. So anyways, if you can give more than that dream is not working. Hardly anybody is giving. There you go. So that's why I'm remaking the video. If you can give more than that, that would be great. And there again, like I said, the Patreon's there. There is some people on there that are starting to give, but there again, it's very, very low. And like I said, I don't want to get rich off of that. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because, you know, it's still so stinking corrupt. It's not even funny. My court case that I'm going to be paying out of my pocket myself with Charlotte County's coming up. They illegally looked me up and then posted all my information on LEOAFFAIRS website. They basically doxed me, however you want to say that. I forget what the word is. And they outed me, man. And that information on that site went out to 500 sheriffs, deputies, people that work at the jail, etc., etc., etc. So, yeah, it is very, very scary, but we're going to do a federal case, 1983 case, violating freedom of speech. We have 17 cameras in the house now. We got 2 cameras in the car. I always carry a camera plus a cell phone. A lot of people are highly recommending I get a vest now. If I could, if the wife would let me, I would run for sheriff. We are trying to push the thing nationwide right now, where just to mix it up and to get the topics out there is register to run for sheriff, NPA, no party affiliation, as a write-in, and that is completely free, and you can participate in the elections. And there's a lot of stuff. We got a guy, James McLinnis in Pinellas County, Tampa, who almost won. He experienced the corruption himself. The story is unbelievable. Look him up. It's mind-blowing what they did. It pissed him off. He is very, very smart. He has way more money than I did. He ran for sheriff at the last 3 months last year in 2016 and almost won. He got all of the black vote. And the reason why he did that is because he ran on, I will not bust, we're in Florida, I will not bust anybody for weed anymore unless it's an ungodly huge amount, like pounds. And then he also ran in no more victimless crimes, no more of this freaking road pirate bull crap. And then he was going to cut the budget by 30%. And when you think about that, you can. If you stop the road pirates, you can get rid of a bunch of people. Gone. So, the wife has been saying, yes, I can, yes, I can't. So I don't know. We're trying to find somebody that can do it because I am busy doing this anyways. But, so I'm making a video, like I said, that $1 a month from everybody, you know, for 53,000 subscribers, that is not working. I'm just letting you guys know. Absolutely give way more than $1 a month. If you can, I appreciate anything. By the way, remember, too, when you give that, PayPal takes like freaking 15 to 20%, so it's even worse than that. But, and there again, like I'm letting you guys know, it's way, what I get is very, very low. Appreciate it. But it is very, very low. Can't live on it. I'm just, you know, I'm working, and that's what I'm working on. And that court case is going to cost a buttload of money. That's federal court. Just the filing fees and the depositions that we're going to be doing with this corrupt cop. So there's another reason to give. We are going to be doing a deposition with this very corrupt. He was in a drug squad. He is a bad guy. He's on steroids. We heard steroids are rampant here. That's why their attitude is so bad. And we are going to get him on video, and it will be on YouTube. So that case alone is $5,000 just to bring it to court, and that's my money out of my pocket. So there's another reason to give, and give way more than $1 if you can. So keep that in mind. This is the new video, and I see, God, I talk a lot. It's already 7 minutes, but had to make it just to let you know that $1 a month from everybody is not working. They're not doing it. So if you can give more than that, please. So thanks. Keep it up. Share, like, subscribe, tell your friends, send me your videos on corruption, and I'll post it.